of you are patent practitioners, this is an area or standard essential patent that get you the maximum revenues. World over, the manufacturing industry or the technology-based manufacturing industry actually have to roll out 2 to 3% of their total manufacturing cost on litigations related to these. So that's the amount of money that is flowing into the market on standard essential patents. Now what exactly is standard essential patents? Look, if you have to create an ecosystem in which manufacturing or has to take place in a system, it has to be based on certain standards so that it's interoperable. There is a certain amount of certainty that your products that are manufactured are adopted by the users. Then only you get a market. So the standards have been evolved with this perspective. Originally, those standards were not related to technology. If in a country it is right side on which you have to drive, that is the standard of driving standards. The 3-pin plugs, they were standards actually in particular geography, and you get to know what type of a 3-pin plug has to be there so that you should have the right male part that goes when you are traveling to that particular country. But these were all standards which are not related to technology. When manufacturing became technology intensive, and that's particularly more so in the ICT domain, electronics, so standards got linked to technologies. Like if you have to talk from one mobile phone to the other, it is based on protocols. Those protocols have to be followed. If my phone, my Apple phone from an Airtel service provider has to talk to Yashwant's phone, which might be Samsung, on a Vodafone service provider. So if we two have to interoperable, if Jio does not have to face challenges which they are facing right now to come to the market, the standards have to be adopted in manufacturing the mobile phone and in the communication devices which actually translate your mobile phone into certain bits and data, and that to reconvert it into voice format when it reaches the other mobile phone. So these are based on standards, technologies, which are standards which are technology intensive. Now there is an international process by which these standards are adopted, and they are mostly adopted on what we call as FRAND or the RAND terms: free, reasonable and non-discriminatory. Reasonable and non-discriminatory. And these are words without meaning. Because what is free, what is reasonable, what is non-discriminatory, it depends upon the people who negotiate. There cannot be any standards for dealing with standards. So the whole issue comes, how do you interpret FRAND and the RAND in terms of standards? And the world over, because of this, it is the most litigated subject matter. In India also we have a large amount of litigation